9.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Wonderful, and it feels so good to have you here once again. Hope your week has been kind to you, and of course, a quick shout out to Val, the motivator, for giving us that powerful boost of energy earlier. Val, you always know how to set the tone every morning. Well, as always, welcome to another beautiful edition of Relationship 360. I am never alone in the studio at this time. I have with me someone I call the purple husband, the awesome friend, the amazing father is none other than Barrister Lumide Coyote. Barrister Lumide, how are you doing today?
Good woman, So I think I should hire you for, how do they call it? A hype girl. Is it hype man?
Yes.
Girl. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you too. What do you have for us today?
Okay. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for always tuning in to our program. We really appreciate you and do not take you for granted. Today is pretty loaded, and we would like to continue with our discussion last week, which was death by marriage. This is in regards to another fatality of marriage, which I shared the discussion between myself and the children of the late Mrs. Felicia Temitope Oju. It was a very emotional time, and after last week's program, following that is Sunday, I got a note from the oldest of the children, Mr. Joshua, and I would read it out to you now. He wrote, I am writing to express my deepest apologies for the confusion and misunderstanding that occurred during our previous discussion regarding the case of my little mother. Unfortunately, I was in a state of distress and confusion, which led me to make statements that did not accurately reflect our intentions. I want to assure you that we have not resolved the issues surrounding my mother's passing, and our family's desire for justice remains unwavering. My siblings and I are committed to pursuing this case, and we believe that your expertise and guidance will be invaluable in helping us achieve justice. I understand that my previous words may have caused frustration and doubt about our commitment to the case. Please accept my sincerest apologies for any inconvenience this may have caused. We are now fully prepared to move forward and would be honored if you would consider taking up our case. Our family situation is such that my father is believed to be responsible for my mother's untimely passing, and we are determined to ensure that he is held accountable for his actions. As the children of the deceased, my brothers and I are united in pursuit of justice and seek your assistance in navigating the legal process. If you are willing to reconsider our case, we will be grateful for the opportunity to discuss the details with you. We are confident that with your expertise, we can achieve the justice that our mother deserves. Thank you for considering our apology. We look forward to the possibility of working for you, working with you. So this was what
Joshua.
Mr. Joshua sent. And that Sunday as well, I spoke with Mrs. Margaret Farayola, who is a cousin to the deceased. And after a lot of consideration, it wasn't a lot like that, I decided to pick on the case. So on Monday, the children came and we went to the state CID together, and I wrote a petition to the Commissioner of Police through the Deputy Commissioner of Police, the state CID, and immediately while we were sitting there in the office, he swung into action. The Deputy Commissioner of Police called the DPO of the Imota Police Station, and a direct order was given that the children, that the man be apprehended, and the children led the police to the house of their mother, and he was arrested in Adam and forwarded to Imota Police Station. And the following day, Tuesday, he was transferred to the state CID party, where he is currently being detained as we speak. The children also wrote statements stating all they know about the domestic violence the mother suffered in the hands of their father, and they had been they were very useful in the apprehension and also giving statements of facts to the police. And today in the studio, I have the privilege of having the firstborn, Mr. Joshua, here with us in the studio, and the lastborn, Mr. Paul, who was there when it happened. I want to also, on the studio here, we have Mrs. Margaret Farayola, who is the cousin, an older cousin to the deceased. And we will be speaking also again on the radio, on the phone by phone to Mr. Sylvester, who is also a cousin. Now, I want to divide today into two. We're going to speak about before and then after. And the before will be with Mrs. Margaret Farayola, who was there when they actually, when they got married, and the life before all this happened, before the children were born, and what the family was aware of. So, good morning, Mrs. Margaret. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Margaret. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. Can you try that again?
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, we
Yes,
can
that's
hear
it.
you now. Awesome.
Can you come closer to the mic, please?
Yes.
Thank
it's okay.
you.
Yes. So, very quickly, man, I learned that they got married in 1994.
Yes.
Can you tell us how did they meet?
They met at the church, Christ Apostolic Church, at Lagos Street, in the Temitope. They were both in the choir. They met in the choir.
They met in the choir. They were
Yes.
both in the church choir.
Church
of
choir.
Christ Apostolic
Church.
Okay.
Lagos Street.
Lagos Street.
Yes. In the
I
Temitope.
hope
In the
she's not
Temitope.
audible. Okay, so how did it go? The marriage, how did it go? They did the traditional or legal marriage?
I'm not sure of the legal marriage, but I know of the traditional marriages because I attended the traditional marriage. During the traditional marriage,
Okay, could you hold on? I think yes. To this side, let us try you.
Sir Marcus, come and stay here instead.
Come and sit here.
So, sir, where will you stay? Where will you be staying?
I will come
We'll
there.
go to the side. Well, just for some people, I see.
It will be just
Yeah, just come and stay here.
Okay.
let's go. Let's go.
Okay, let's go back. We can hear you now. I think
oh,
it's more.
oh, yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
Mhm.
Go on.
During their traditional wedding, the husband brought only few items as he had nothing. Many of the required items were provided by the required items were not provided. Yet we accepted in good faith. At that time, he was living with his sister, a wonderful woman who had brought him from their village in Delta State to Lagos. When my cousin complained to me about the abuse, I advised her to report to his sister.
So when did they got married?
94.
When did she start complaining to you about the abuse?
The
Abuse. I think after Joshua was born.
And when was Joshua born?
1996.
1996. So okay, that was within 2 years.
Yes, she complained to me. They were living at Barrister, Sangas.
Okay.
So she told me we had a cousin, Tubosu Jaisi, living around that area. So when Tubosu helped him out, she reported to Tubosu. So Tubosu went to him and warned him seriously not to beat his sister. Throughout their stay in that place, he didn't beat her until they moved from that place to Alagumeji side.
Moleye.
Not Moleye.
Oh, okay.
Adebisi.
In
Alagumeji,
Okay.
in between Alagumeji and Adekunle.
Okay.
So it was there. She complained again to me. One day I went there to visit her. I saw him and her too. They were quarreling, fighting with the landlord. So when she came to me that they rejected them, I said, it's expected. Because I saw the way you people were abusing, that he inherited the house. Yes. So he was always beating her. So I advised her, go to that your auntie, his auntie, and report to her. So she told me that the auntie has been coming. But he quarreled and told her that he should not intervene in their matter again. So the woman stopped coming to their house. So and there is no
And
other
that is
person.
his own auntie.
His auntie that brought him, that did few things for him during the wedding. That stood for him for the wedding.
There's something I heard about that bridal list that was given to him. That
He didn't bring
Anything.
He brought some things, 10 tubers of yam that were put inside a rice bag of rice that he brought. Even fruit, he didn't bring basket of fruit. So many things he didn't bring, but our family
Just overlooked it.
yes, they said they should accept, they should take, they should accept.
Okay. Bride price?
I'm not sure because we don't take bride price.
You collect
and
give
give. I'm
back.
not sure.
But did
They
you
brought.
collect anything?
No. We didn't collect.
Okay, go ahead.
They are, I'm not sure who paid their first accommodation after marriage at Bariga. But the second one, when they were ejected from Bariga, Adebisi, when they were ejected from Adebisi, she had to go round. She came to me to tell me that they've given them quick notice. So she went round the family members
To raise money.
So they moved to my 12. So in my 12, I think they paid 2 years. So they lived there for almost 4 years or more than 4 years before they were ejected. And their loads were parked outside. That was when she moved with her children to their church at Sabo.
That's the
CSC Vineyard of Mercy at Sabo.
Okay.
So in that church, I visited her once. That was when her elder sister died. So it was on a Sunday morning. They were trying to reach her, they couldn't reach her. So I met the husband. So I told her, they've been looking for you. She said she doesn't have a phone. Why won't you have a phone? The husband came and started telling me, why should I come and tell her in the church that the sister died? I said, where will I tell her? You can see me dressed. I'm going to my own church. They've been looking for her, trying to reach her. So what do you expect me to do? We quarreled that day. So
she lived in church for how long?
For 3 years.
3 years.
Yes, 3 good years.
With her children.
With her children, these children.
Why was that?
Because she couldn't afford accommodation. The husband was jobless. But I think she was covering some things, yes.
So apparently now you've mentioned about 3 different places and you kept saying they were ejected.
Yes.
They were ejected. They
Yes.
were always ejected.
Ejected. Because he doesn't pay house rent.
Okay, go ahead.
So she now told me later that she bought a land at Adamo. I didn't even know it's that Adamo because that's where I live too. But the other side of my Adamo, that they gave her money, our cousins gave her money, but somebody advised her, instead of renting another house, you will not pay again, they reject you. Go and buy a land. Just do some small thing so that you go there with your children. So she collected loan from their cooperative in their office. She worked at Federal Ministry of
Let me even give that introduction properly. That she was, until her death, the chief executive officer of the Department of Livestock, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Before I mentioned Ministry of Transport, that was a mistake. She was the chief executive officer, Department of Livestock, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. So it's not as if she was a small woman. Go ahead.
So she she didn't tell me, I don't know of other family members, until she moved to that place, and she told me she moved with her husband. I said, why? That what will she do? Why did you tell him you are going to that place?
Since you've been in the church
In
with
the
your
church
children.
for 3 years. I asked her, what about your husband? Where is he staying? He said he used to hang around. But I think he comes to church whenever they have program. So he moved there. So my first visit to their house, he has been molesting her. My younger brother will call and tell you he had been molesting her all along. But I don't know, we've been advising her. She will tell us, the pastor has settled it for her.
That's molesting, beating.
Beating her. Any slightest thing is beating. In front of the children.
Had you ever reported to the police before?
No, it's after that she will tell us.
After the beating.
The beating and everything is over, and she will say they have settled it for us.
Who settled it for?
She said it's their pastor. That the pastor had settled it for them.
And that change is obvious.
That he will change.
Okay, that was where I got angry. That what in cases of domestic violence, what is the pastor settling? Anyway, let's go on.
So my first visit to their house, I met my sister cooking. She was there, going inside, coming out. So when she finished cooking, she dished food for her children and herself, and asked me, offered me. I told her I had eaten from my house. So I was outside because the house was not completed. I was sitting outside to get fresh air. So the husband came to me outside to tell me, did I see what happened? Now I said, what happened? That this woman cooked food, gave her children, and did not give, even offered me a visitor, and did not give him. That in their place, whenever a woman cooks food, she will kneel down and give the husband first before giving the children. So I asked him, I told him that we are Yoruba. You don't do that. How can I cook food and be kneeling down for husband to eat? I asked him, did you give him money? Because I knew all along that
she has been the breadwinner of the family.
Yes, she had. So I asked him, did you give her money for the food? He said he would come and see me, and took my number. I gave him my address. So he came, my mother was still alive, started complaining, your sister, she's this, she's that my sister disgraced him.
Okay.
Okay.
Because of time, so what you have known right from time was the violence that he was always
beating her.
Okay.
And every attempt to intervene was null and void.
She will not tell us at that particular time.
So she was protecting.
Yes, the man.
Okay. So I have on the phone now. Okay.
Go on.
There was a time.
30 seconds.
Yes. She told me that the man, after beating her, she was unconscious. For 4 days, she was taken to one hospital. The husband did not show up for the 4 days. That was what she told me. The children can attest to it. So I told her at that particular time, divorce this man. This man is a wicked man. For you to be in the hospital, he will not look back. That was what happened now that led to her death. After beating her, she couldn't get up. He didn't even bother till she died. He didn't bother to check her.
Well, I have Mr. Sylvester Adegbemi on the phone. Morning, sir.
Good morning, Barrister.
How are you, sir?
Fine, sir.
You are the cousin to the deceased Mrs. Felicia Ojo.
Yes, please.
First of all, sorry for your loss. Really. So please, in about 2 minutes, I want to give you a chance to address us about what you know about the wedding, the marriage, and the loss of your cousin's life.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers. My name is Adegbemi Sylvester in Abuja. Right from the beginning of the marriage, I attended wedding in April 1994. And shortly after the marriage, I noticed that they started having issues. There was a time the husband came to me house at the Lagos Street by Freeman. He complained about his wife. All what was complained about was that his wife wanted to go to school. And I was telling him, why do you oppose and going back to school? She went to go to the University of Lagos to study in 6 weeks data processing course. And she was a clinical officer at Federal. She started her work as a clinical officer at Federal Ministry of Transportation in Lagos. And within 2 years, she did a combined confirmation exam, which we call COMPRO, and she passed at an rated level. And she was promoted from level 4 to level 6. So them like our police, all fighting her every time. And by the time I went to the house to settle the problem, I went to the 3 barricades in that area. And everything the man was just doing was opposed to her furthering her education. I remember that when I got my health wise father, when I took on the borrower, my teachers, I just moved with him. That's my own father.
You have just 1 minute. We have just 1 minute left. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay. I noticed that she wasn't dressed properly. By the time I looked at her,
Hello? Go ahead. We didn't hear you. What did you say, sir?
I'm afraid well, because she was preaching by the husband, madness.
Wow.
She managed to come for that program at Odugulu in the street, but she wouldn't bring that face out. And from the beginning of them, and even before they got married, she normally believed that the wife always
Okay.
after men.
Okay. We're going to pause
She
now.
doesn't have simple confidence on.
Okay, we're going to pause now. We want to quickly go on a
quick
break.
break.
Probably I'll put you back on for a minute after the break.
After the break.
Thank you very much, sir.
So don't go nowhere. After the break, when we come back after the break, and the topic we're taking is death by marriage. Don't go nowhere. We are back like we never left. Welcome back, family, and we're still in Relationship 360 right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. If you're just tuning in, you came right on time, Shaba. You're 33 minutes late. But we've been talking about death by marriage. Barcelona, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. Hello, yes. So, we're speaking with Mr. Sylvester Adekemi, but the line seems to be bad. We can't seem to reconnect. However, I want to ask Mommy a question. We're talking, she recently was called to the Nigerian bar on the 23rd of last month, September.
Yes.
How long did she study law?
19 years.
Hello?
How long did she study law?
19 years. At
19
the National
years.
University.
It took her 19
It took
years.
her 19 years because of the problem. Because
19
good
years.
Yes.
To study a
Law.
5-year course.
Yes. In Open University. 19
Because
years.
of all these.
Problems. The husband does not bring a dime.
And she's responsible for the children,
Children,
accommodation,
schooling,
feeding,
everything.
19 years.
During that time, she built that house.
She was still going to school.
Yes.
Jesus. It took her 19 years.
Yes, 19. The children can attest to it. 19 years.
Sorry, let me come on to the children now. The firstborn, Mr. Joshua, how are you?
Fine.
What a question. Why would I say how are you?
In fact,
What
how
a
are you
question.
feeling?
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for agreeing to come to share your heart here. First, let me ask that question. Is it true that it took your mother 19 years to study law?
Yes. It did. 19 years. Studying in Boston.
In which university, please?
National University.
Preston.
It is well.
Though because of financial problems, so she
Yes.
has to defer costs.
And then,
Yeah.
Joshua, sorry, you are now a man and you are married.
Yes.
How was growing up and watching, the violence at home, the abuse? How, as a child, how did you feel?
I felt so bad at the time when I started experiencing the terrible domestic violence which my father has caused in the family. Because with time, when I try to stop this action, but it keeps on going on. In fact, it got to a stage that he started making allegations on we the children that we always beat him up just for the fact that we stand for the truth. And
You stood against him.
yes, severally, not just since when I was born in 1996, I've been experiencing such actions. So
Did he beat her in front of the children?
yeah, some do take place when we are present. That I would say when we were very, very young. And let me say, coming up now is when we are absent. Sometimes we'll not be in the house.
Because you
Yes.
have to go to school, you have to go to the university, yes. And before you come back, you see your mother. Did your mother report to the police at any time?
Yes, of course.
When was that?
I could remember even the recent one. She went to a police station in Ikorodu there, and my father denied the fact that he didn't beat her at all. So, and the policemen were working with evidence. They were like, there was no enough evidence to support the claim that she was beaten. So they left him. That day. Yes.
When you heard that she had passed on, how did you hear?
I got a call from my younger brother because my younger brother was at home.
That's Paul. Thank God he's here with us.
Yeah.
And he just told you that.
Just-
What did he say?
He just told me that my mom is dead. She couldn't say anything. Just had to rush down to the place.
You're a father now. I saw your child this morning. How has it?
No, that's not my child. My younger brother's child.
Oh, two?
Yes. No,
Okay.
not two.
The baby.
Yeah, the baby is my younger brother's child.
Okay.
So the other boy is my wife's younger brother.
Okay. Okay. But you're a father now, right?
Yes.
How old is your child?
And the child.
So okay, it's Caleb's
Caleb's
child.
child.
Oh, okay. I was a bit confused. How do you think when you're married, right?
Yes, sir.
How would your growing up influence your family life now? I mean, when you have your child, this trauma of witnessing what happened to your mother, how do you think it would affect you raising your own child?
This could affect me psychologically, probably if I start remembering the past experience. In fact, I could remember a time when we were very, very young and my dad would be beating my mom, and at the point then we were not I would say we were not wise enough, because at then you can just even instruct us to do something funny, just like saying you to do this.
You to beat your mother.
The fact is that he doesn't even know that I can still remember some things vividly. You understand? But there are some things I just try to erase off my mind.
He told you to hit your mother when you were young.
Yes, I could remember then when we were at ADVC.
They were beating their mother.
At ADVC.
He told
You
you.
will ask the children to beat their mother.
Come again?
You will ask the children to beat their mother. And they will beat their mother. They were young.
Because they were young. They are probably afraid, terrified,
As of then, I could remember then when my mom's brother had like an accommodation issue.
Yeah.
and my mom was rendering assistance to him. So my dad would be like, anytime he's coming, he doesn't like seeing his appearance at all. Anytime he comes in, even to the fact that my mom wants to like give him food, my mom will have to like hide it away from him so that he doesn't
Wait,
find out.
whose brother?
Her younger brother.
Our younger brother.
Your mother's younger
Yeah,
brother?
that's Uncle Sunday, the one that stays in Alabamichi around there.
Your uncle.
Yeah. She will have to hide
It from
your dad.
my dad.
Meanwhile, it is her money
Money.
that she used to cook the
Yes,
food.
Yes.
it's our money.
But this is a lot.
So
Pause. It is a lot.
it's even the fact that she will make you beat your mom. He will make you beat your mom at
Yes.
that age.
The same thing happened to us in Achi.
Hmm.
He would give the children
children.
cane. Paul, thank you once again. That is, you are the youngest, and you were there when it happened. The week it happened. You said, thank you for coming. You said when she was in Abuja being called to bar, he started shouting that. Well, tell me not leave you in the prison. Can you
Speak up, please.
When my mom traveled to Abuja, my dad said my mom went to do prostitution. And after that, like, he was even praying inside the house that my mom will not come back safe.
That she won't come back safely to Lagos?
Yes, sir.
Because she was going to be called back.
Yes, sir.
Finally, called to her.
So when she even came back, like, on that was, let me just go straight to the point.
Yes.
So when she was, like, when she came back from Abuja, she was at home. So on Monday, called.
That's Monday before the 15th that she. That was on the 13th.
My dad called my senior brother that. Like, he called my senior brother that if you don't want your mom to die untimely death, like my brother should come and carry my mom away
From the house.
Yes, sir. So that is the fourth. My dad took my mom. The next day on Tuesday too. So my mom was looking for a grinder because my dad do pack all our things, all our properties in his own room.
Your dad will pack all your mother's property into his own room.
Yes, sir. And lock the door and
Leave.
we be inside. So if, like, if my mom is now like she's spending like for
Her things.
our things,
So you have to go to his room.
yes, sir. So if she not go,
You
dad
will not open.
will not open, sir. So that on Tuesday, sir, my mom not doing that. I'm looking for
Grinder.
grinder.
Yes.
So when my dad did not even answer. So when my mom keep on knocking, he came outside and said, what are you looking for? The next thing, push that away. So my mom,
You will come to his room.
he pushed that away. So my mom pushed back. So my mom was not saying like, this man, why do you push me? I have the right to come and ask, and this is my house. So you don't have to push me away. So my mom now said okay. So immediately when my mom said she should go inside into his room, so my dad pushed her again and started
Beating her.
So then I was even inside the room when I had
He was beating her, yes.
so I came outside, I challenged him. So that day, even like he fought with me that day. And that day after the fight, so he went out. So he went to tell people that me, I beat him. Even like he reported me to IE boys.
So the cultists that
Yes, sir.
they should come and beat you.
Yes, like he told them that me, I beat him. So one of those guys called me. I also went out that night to get something. So they called me that, hey, why like your dad came to report them.
You
Report
to
you
them.
to them.
Yes, sir. So they said you beat your dad that they will do me like they will beat you all special. So I said, why will I beat my dad? You don't know that I'm a sin or I'm mad at that. So So I told the guy that, but you live in the community, you know about my dad, you know how he do behave and how he do with my mom. So like the guy said, like him too was convinced when my dad told him that
You beat him.
I beat him. So that day when I got home, I told my mom that this is what happened.
So let's move on to that day.
On Wednesday, actually, my mom, on that Wednesday, my mom told me, even before that Wednesday, she said she was going to, she was going to work on that Wednesday. In the morning, she called me. I was still sleeping then. She called me. So when I heard her voice, I woke up. I went to her room. So she said she's not feeling
good.
She's not feeling good. Like, she's very weak. And I said, Mom, you have to rest. Don't stress yourself. She told me, she said, okay, that she's going with her shepherd, clear, pap. So I did that for her, and she said that shepherd warm her food. So I did that. So the last thing she told me, she said that shepherd clear zobo. So I put the zobo. So she said I should go and raise that. When she needs me,
Your assistant, she'll call you.
Yes, call me. So I went to my room and then I went to my room and so I slept. And my dad, my dad was inside his own room.
Okay.
A few hours, so I woke up. I said I was going to check my mom.
She's not moving.
No, so I was convinced. So I called. I ran to my dad's room to know so that he's not inside. I was even convinced that. So the next I went to my mom's neighbor.
To raise an alarm.
She came with me. She's not going that. My mom is dead. So immediately the woman called my dad number. So my dad picked up, did not say anything, did not talk for more than 30 minutes. So the woman was convinced that your dad is not talking. And she's telling my dad that your wife is not breathing, is not talking. My dad did not say anything. She hung up. She called him again. My dad did not say anything. So the woman called, but hung up the call. So, and my dad was, we say in the next building, like 3 buildings down the street.
It was 3 buildings away.
Yes, sir. So he had everything. He did not come. So after 1 hour or 30, 1 hour, more than 1 hour, was not coming. So he entered the room and was beating my mom that so hardly. So like I was
He was beating the cops.
Yes, sir. Like I was mad then. So I had to push him away that stop it. Why are you beating someone that is gone, like someone that is not breathing again? Why you was not like he was pretending? He even wanted to face me that day. So the woman said that this man, you want to start.
He was again. Beating the cops again.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think I've had enough.
Yes.
I think I've had enough. I'm so sorry. So you called your brother?
Yes, sir.
And then the nurses. When did your father beat her before? He beat her a day before.
On Monday and Tuesday.
He beat her on Monday and beat her on Tuesday,
yes,
and then she died on Wednesday morning.
Yes, sir.
Mommy, you said that you were telling me about you trying to build a burglary proof in her room.
Yes.
What please, can you quickly?
Their house is a 3-bedroom.
Okay.
It's a master bedroom. The children were living in the master bedroom.
Okay.
So the sister, because of the molestation,
The beating.
the other sister gave her money to do burglary proof on the door of that room, that she should pack
Her things.
her things to that room.
And do burglary.
Burglary there.
Uh-huh.
So she did everything. Did the tiles, did everything. As soon as she finished, the husband left his own room
And
moved into that room. And my sister's door, it does not have a lock. If she should repair the lock, it will break the door.
Thank you very much. I think I have heard enough. So he was beating the cops.
Yes, sir.
Her dead body.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, the other time, I got angry because you said that the pastor, each time the family moved in, she would say that pastor has settled it, pastor has settled it. So yesterday I went to the church, the Vineyard of Mercy out there, and I didn't meet any pastor. I think I met the church secretary also. And I asked them if I introduced myself, asked her if she knew the story about Mrs. Rojo. She breathed deep in and said she's aware that she died and she knows the story. But that, I said, why did you not, when the church was, she even lived in church for 3 years, he said that the pastor told her to leave after a while, that, you know, the pastor told her that was what even caused the fight between the pastor and the husband, that the husband stopped coming to the church, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So can you confirm to me that the pastor actually had told her,
Your mom.
your mom,
Yes,
to
the
leave
pastor told her to leave.
the marriage?
Yes.
So my annoyance now, I can't be very angry again because afterwards the pastor had told her to leave, but gave her an option, you know, that if the marriage is not,
It's not working.
she should leave.
But at that point in time, the thing it led to an issue between my dad and the church committee that made him stop coming to the church.
This is the problem. Kini committee, somebody is beating the woman. Tell her to, don't give her an option. You don't give an option. The moment you give an option, either A or B, the person can take the other. You tell her to leave. Battered and bruised, she will still come and interpret for the pastor in church. It is a kind of hypocrisy where they are, you know, well, good, the pastor told her to leave.
Yes.
So I can't blame the pastor anymore.
Yes, the pastor told her just to leave the
Marriage.
Because,
And she's
so that
16.
was what caused the fight between your father and the pastor. You now stop coming to church. How many minutes do I have? I have 2 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the tragic story. She studied law for 19 years, beaten, battered, and bruised. Yet she would say that
The pastor has said to
and that he would change.
change.
In fact, the woman in church yesterday said the same thing, that, you know, when people said one or two things, he would say that he would change. And I think you see that even in death, he was still beating the cops. So even when she was alive, he had not changed. In death, he was
did
still
not
beating.
change.
He's still not. Now, there's something I need to tell Christian folk. I was called again that another person had killed the wife 3 days ago. But I'm not doing that. I'm not even going to go into this. One is enough for me. You will find out that almost 92% of all the women killed this year were from Christian homes. Why? Because they always found a way to make an excuse for the abuser. They always found a scripture to remain in abuse, either facilitated by their church or facilitated by their homes. Some parents will tell the women, go back, pray about it. How they are praying in abuse. I ask that if you see a snake posed to strike, what would you do? You will quickly open the Bible or you will run. Christians have become a bunch of gullible people that, let me not start. Let us go on the break. We'll be right back after
When we
this
come
break.
back, the topic is death by marriage, and we're going on a quick break. So when we come back, death by marriage, we're going on. And the phone lines will be open as well. We'll be taking your contributions and your suggestions as well.
Controlling me like
Sorry.
I'm not saying
Gain your voice. Join the conversation on Nigeria's first talk radio station.
It is the police and the law enforcement agents who are in danger. What does this tell you in Nigeria?
Well, if you check your time now, it's 8 o'clock on the dot, and you're tuned into 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's Relationship 360, and we are discussing the topic death by marriage. A tribute to Mrs. Temitope. Right, so let me how are you feeling?
Yes. So let me check myself. What was the beginning of this of this union. They were both in the choir yesterday. I have been trying to find out the occupation, what he does for a living. So when I asked Mrs. Margaret, she said he was
a printer.
When I went to the church, they said he was a vulcanizer. Everybody has different people, you know, nobody really knows exactly what he does for a living.
He was never a vulcanizer.
That's what, you know, somebody again.
Sorry, can you repeat that statement
I
again?
said he was never a vulcanizer.
So, what was he, what did
He was
he
a
do?
printer.
Printer.
Yeah.
However, they said they got him a job to print and he failed all the tests.
That was after their marriage.
Yes. And he failed all the tests.
Yes.
So, has he ever, okay, let me not even go into whether he has printed or not. People were, everybody that I tried to interview had a different profession. This is a problem where you are marrying somebody you are not sure of what he does. Firstly. Second, he did not have a means of income. He could not even afford the marriage. I had told people, again, that things you cannot marry. Number one, someone without a job. Both of them must have a job. From the very beginning, she had to cover up for his losses in raising the home. From the very beginning of their marriage, they were constantly ejected. They were constantly, let us leave that. I'm moving now to the area of religion. Now, there is a law that makes you an accessory. Pastors, when you know of a crime like domestic violence and abuse, it is on you to report it, to clear your name. Now we've been dragging whether their pastor was there, whether their pastor was not, because he knew about it but failed to report it. To clear yourself of it, you are duty bound to report it. Lagos State says, see something, say something. You say, oh, you are their pastor, but a crime was being committed and you knew. Domestic violence and abuse is a crime. It is not a spiritual matter. It is not something you want to settle. As they said several times, oh, their pastor has settled it. Now that word, that singular word, put this pastor in trouble for almost a week. We were dragging here that the pastor knew now until I had to go to the church yesterday, and I also spoke to Joshua, who said, well, finally the pastor told her to leave. And in fact, that caused the fight where the man now stopped coming to church. You should have reported it. If you had reported that to the police, being a pastor, maybe she would have been alive today. Over 350 women have died this year to the hands of their lovers, and so many more that are undocumented, that are unreported. As we have lost women, we have also lost men, good men, to the hands of the women that they married. But why is it, you see, I was telling people, when you say you took the marriage oath, you know the difference between a vow and an oath? A vow is a solemn pledge in the presence of witnesses. An oath is also a solemn pledge in the presence of a deity. So the difference between a vow and an oath is that one was done with men as witnesses, but the other, an oath, is done with a deity, that is a god, as the witness. Now, when you say you took a marriage oath and God was your witness, you said to love and to cherish in sickness and in health, you would love this person. The moment you raise your hand to the person you swore an oath before a deity, you see, that is why they say God is no respecter of persons. It could be before Ifa, Bishongo, that it would be someone who does not regard the position of man. And the Almighty God that Christians swear in front of and take this oath is their witness. You now raise your hand, you beat, you slap, you push. You have broken the oath. That day, your marriage ceased. You see, the Bible tells you it is better to be quiet than to make an oath and not fulfill. That means you will be held accountable. The moment you swear before God that you will love somebody, and then you are given in marriage and you beat the person, you have broken the oath. A lot of us Before God, we are not married because you have already broken the oath a long time ago. And that was where somebody thought and came up with the idea that we want to renew our vows because they had been broken some time ago, either with violence and abuse. And when the oath is broken, you still call yourself married. You say no. They have to stay with the husband that has already broken the oath or with the wife that has already broken the oath. And then you remain. And you know the theory that your lifespan is reduced in an abusive marriage. You find out that people in abusive marriages don't live long. Their lifespan is cut between 5 to 50% after marriage. You see Mrs. Temitope Odu, when you see her picture, a lot of people were asking that, are you sure? She was just 56 years old. She looked like she was 70, drained. Her face, do you know the funny thing? While the case was going on in the state CID, one of the homicide detectives lives on the street, the same street. And when he saw them, the detective said, I can attest to the fact that this man beats this woman, that there was a time that he punched her, that it was as if she lost her teeth, one or two of the teeth. Oh, three. Wait, Joshua, you are aware that your mother lost 3 teeth to the punching of your father? Jesus Christ. It was a detective at State CID that said it all. That he beat her one day and she lost 3 teeth. She told you. Can you imagine? And then you will remain in the marriage and be covering for the man. Now you have seen how this man has traumatized the children at an early age, if not for the God in their lives, that you are told to beat your own mother. Just like Osinachi's husband will give the children a cane to flog their mother. And if they don't flog her, he will flog them. That is how they traumatize these children, and some children will now grow up and become abusive. Why? Because that is the way they were raised. And then you will, listen, ladies and gentlemen, Matthew 22:30 tells you that there is no marriage in heaven. Please, where is my, let me read it. When all those of you that you do as if marriage is more important than your salvation, as if Jesus came to die for your marriage instead of your salvation. Let me read it in all the versions that I know. There is no marriage in heaven. Marriage is earthly. Those that keep telling you marriage is spiritual, marriage is this, marriage, it is not. There is no marriage in heaven. Why? Because marriage is for the benefit of man, not for the benefit. Look at this. New International Version says, where is it? For in the resurrection, there is no marriage, neither are people given into marriage. You will be like the angels of God in heaven. There is no marriage in heaven. It is earthly. The Bible says, for this reason, a man shall leave and cleave to his wife, and leave his father and mother, cleave to the wife, and they shall become one flesh, not one spirit. Those people that make you think your marriage is... So now, is God glorified in the death of Mrs. Odu? Is God glorified? Listen to me. Is God glorified in the death of the men and the women that refuse to live an abusive marriage? Is this the glory of God in their life? I need to ask you that keep telling them to go back. And those of you, parents, that know that your children are going through abusive marriages and don't go and take your children. You keep them there. That's why I always warn women, you must have a means of income, so that if abuse starts, you have something to fall back on and you leave. I have told you not to reproduce in abuse. I always say here, once abuse starts, reproduction must stop. Look at, she gave birth to children, and the man will be telling the same children to beat the mother that gave birth to them. Now she died. The man was even beating the corpse. So for you, pastors, for you, Olori Ebis, that continue to push your children back, maybe now that you bury them, your mind, your heart, your soul will be at peace. When you are alive and your daughter, your son is dead. When the children bury their parents beforehand. Maybe now your God is glorified. I know it is not the same God you and I are serving. When you people start treating marriage as if it is more important than salvation. It is salvation Jesus came to die for. And you will now be looking for scriptures to tell people to go back to the abuser. Jesus came to set the captives free, not to return people to the abusers. If you are in an abusive marriage, this is an example for you. I was just called 3 days ago that the barrister, another person, I did not even answer. I just said, please, I'm not unavailable. Because my job is not to come and be keeping tally of dead people. I'm not Olumide of the dead. I am Olumide of the living. Let's go on to the phone lines, please.
Well, this is therapy from Keto, and he says, oh, please, this woman has been suffering violence for years, even when the children were kids. Please use this platform to educate women. Why do they stay in place where they are beating them? They need to get out, get a lawyer, and get their children as well. Well, the mail line is 0201 277 0993. 0201 277 0993. The female only line is 0201 465 7190. 0201 465 7190. And you can send us a message on WhatsApp 08095975805.
One thing I want to say again, everyone, not only pastors, neighbors.
Yes.
Do you understand? Neighbors, it is in your area. You know that Ikorodu, Aja, Ajeromi Felodu, Ojo, Alimosho, you are notorious for watching people. They say, it is a family matter, you better leave them alone. Is it until everybody is dead? Children, neighbors watch men beat their wives outside. I was being told by this detective in about Mrs. Odu that there was a time almost everyone will see her almost half naked because he would tear her clothes.
And they won't do anything.
You said you heard that, man?
Yes, she told me.
That he would strip her naked.
But did you at some point try to like drag her out of the house or like take her out of that place?
I advised her. I've been advising her. Even the last time she called me when she was called to back, I told her, you are not a lawyer. You can leave. Ask your colleagues. Let them tell you what to do. She said, that she too, she was thinking about it. But people said, because the man is wicked, he will hire thugs to come and kill her.
The other one is for them. Is he the only one that can hire thugs? We can all hire thugs. Let people stop intimidating. He's a very wicked man. Listen, we're all wicked. We all can be wicked. Nobody has a monopoly of madness. Do you understand? Madness is universal. It is a constant. It is our conscience and our morality that is keeping all of us. You think if you want to attack me now, I cannot, when I see that there is a threat to my life, I cannot be violent? We cannot be. So don't let people start intimidating you. Is this? Look at all of them now. Ever since this man has been arrested, not one single relative has come to visit him. Not one single person, no friend, no family. I have been the one buying food for him every day. In fact, was it day before yesterday? I said, let this man, everybody has, since he got married, the wife has been feeding him. Now, it is Barrister Olumide, let him not eat for one day. It was yesterday, I now went to buy him food again. No single friend, no single family. Please, let's go to the phone line.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good morning.
I told my story before, but people know. I'm shocked at what Chris said. So my ex was from Mountain of Fire. Who would ever believe that he will be this narcissistic? This man made me. I got married during 18. When I got pregnant, because of the emotional trauma, I was pregnant. This was traumatizing. You know, that's why you need to have a good family support system. My parents were the ones that came and told me with my siblings, with the drove their cars, picked every of my clothes, every of my property. He had nothing. I worked in a very good place. Yeah, maybe I cannot tell it. I was the breadwinner, but he.
You have 1 minute to try and wrap up. Yeah. Mom.
Yeah, thank you very much for sharing this. We have dragged someone out before that I took her away, not only from her husband's house, I took her away from Lagos State to Abeokuta, rented a place. I went there 4 months after to check on her. Guess who opened the door? The husband. The husband. I even thought I was in the wrong flat. I looked, I said, hey, Yabibi, I just said, Barrister Olumide from inside. Good morning. I said, who is this? He said, he just, and the man said, is this that lawyer? He was without a shirt. I now looked in, he had moved in, and I was paying the rent. Can you imagine? That day, I drove both of them, and she started saying, you are not God, though. You see, you are not God. I drove both of them out of the house. There are some people that are just incorrigible. Thank you very much, man.
But what could be the cause of what?
It is religion, tradition. We have to break. You see, our generation has lost. So let us start with our children, so our children will not repeat the same mistake of this religion and tradition. Let common sense, morality, and logic begin to guide them. Nobody teaches animals there is no town hall meeting for any animal to teach them how to eat, how to drink, when to run. Every animal is born with the instinct of being able to identify danger. They run. It is only Christians that will sit down and say, don't worry, my God will fight for me. I know they will be beaten, battered, bruised. They will be quoting scriptures. Let's move on.
Hello, good morning. When you call, please, you have 1 minute. Go straight to the point. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Go on, Ijoma.
You have been following, in fact, Pastor, I instead of calling him a barrister, I call him Pastor. That man that is saying that is from Delta State, and then when their women cook, the women have to kneel down to serve the husband. Please, I want to know, where is he from? Because this is the first time I'm hearing this.
Joshua, where is it?
He's from Delta State.
Where in Delta?
Okwe,
Okwe.
Yes.
Okay.
Like that man is a madman. There is nothing like that. The man is just a madman. Thank you, sir.
You can't do that on my show. No. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good morning. Go on, Missy.
Now, waiting be the result of that man now. Children, let me tell you, that house that your father kill your mother. That man is coming back to marry woman and put in that house. You are going now to fight for your mother. Where is that? Because everybody is you them. I was so very bad in situation right now in my spirit. And we see these people that instead of abuse, if you try to bring them out, they will go back. If by God said anything that God joined together, no words are put upon that. But
God did not join them together. You see, when they quote that scripture, ask them the location God joined them together. Whether it was not the local government registry or Federal Republic of Nigeria that joined, ask them, where did God join them together? In what location? In heaven or on earth? They say because they went to church. So God himself joined them together. Did they see God joining them together? That is a lie. God never joined them together. So God will join darkness and light together. God will join wickedness and a plain heart together. God will join a wolf and a sheep together. Let them quote
and
another
the most
thing.
painful thing is that she saw the signs. Like, from the very beginning.
Let's go.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello? Good morning. Can you hear me? I think there's something is up with your network. Please call back. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good morning.
Good morning.
And the government and president will come and give pardon to this type of man. But if I even hear you say you are buying food, feeding this man, wow, that man shouldn't exist, please. He says from Ukwe, I'm from Delta too. How can? That man shouldn't exist, my brother. Enough of all this. You've been telling us about the women, your husband killing wives. At times they say don't blame victim, but in this case, the law.
Thank you. Well, we have to keep him alive till he's prosecuted. Thank you, God, please. Thank you. We have to keep him alive till prosecution. Yeah.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Please, when you call in, use the phone number. Hello, good morning.
You are doing. I want to speak to the son. Please, you are matured enough to take up this case. I remember when my father was beating my mother, I stood up for my mother. I was the one that stopped it. Because my father will beat my mother. After beating my mother, my younger was, he will beat. I stopped that nonsense. Because I told my father, if I married a man like you, I will poison him. Every day I was fighting my father. He started directing me that I am beating him. I said, until you stop this nonsense. If you don't stop it, there will not be peace in the house. That was how he stopped all those nonsense before he let her grow.
You know, there is a difference with a father who went to recruit cultists to his last born. You understand? There is a little difference in the level of wickedness, you know, the range of wickedness of this gentleman. Not only did he had gone around the neighbors, recruiting neighbors, then he went to cultists to recruit them against his last born. Let's move. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm glad you were able to stop your father.
Okay, this is Ada from Lekki, and she says, oh my God, this is very heartbreaking to experience and recount. My mother died 2 months ago because of a certain illness. I cry every time I remember. I can't imagine how broken I would be if she ever went through what is being narrated in the studio. My God will continue to console the children and the family. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good morning.
Good morning. We can't hear you well though.
We can't hear you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You have a minute.
Sort of words. Thank God that the inspectors they were able to come to, because last week I was mad when he was saying that he was preparing for burial. He want to withdraw the case. May I say something?
You have 1 minute. We have to go on a break. When we come back, we will take your questions, we'll take your calls as well. Don't go nowhere.
On all shift plan. Nigeria seems to be one of the worst countries where you have it. I support you. This election will end.
State governor threatening to send any of them that failed to wear Ashiwaju cap.
Biggest problem we have in Nigeria between the judiciary and if you don't support the person, don't vote for him.
Every voice comes alive. Stay locked. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Back like we never left, and we're going straight to the messages. And this is Josephina. She says, good morning, Barrister. That woman really went through a lot. One thing I want to make clear is that 90% of men from Delta State beat their wives. To them, violence at home makes them in charge, makes them a man, I'm a witness of that. Please, Barrister, address fathers, especially at the elder stage, to stop the violence, and mothers encourage their sons to continue what their husbands did. Well, this is another person, and this is okay. I can see her name. It says, "Good morning, Barrister. I'm so pained that Mrs. Odu passed away due to her husband's bad behavior. I thank God for my own life. Back in 2016, when my wife then stabbed me with a knife in my right shoulder in the presence of my 2 sons, I reported her to her dad that very night. But the man was cold about the incident. I later ended the marriage at the same year and later saw her being pregnant and delivered the following year. I just want to thank God I am happy now and I'm at peace."
Stabbed and
on the right shoulder.
And the father has shown the daughter how to stab, because you hear that your child stabbed someone and you are cold. The father taught her well.
Okay, let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you coming from? Good morning.
And the women are calling today.
Yes,
Is it because it was a woman that died that all the women are? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I have heard many times you talk about women living and living and living, and for some reason they are not living. So my concern now is this: are there no other preventive measures? Because this woman now, even if the man is prosecuted and sent to prison, it does not bring the woman back. That's number one. Barrister, there was a case of, I think, Rookie Standard, something like that. She killed her husband and was sent to prison. Recently, she was released. She was pardoned. And the family did not find it very funny. You understand me? I think something should be done about this. Not just sitting back. Okay, all these testimonies we are listening to from the family who witnessed the whole thing. What were they doing about it? They could have done something. They said desperate situation, need desperate measures. They could have done something else to pull the woman out or something. And now, justice,
we have 1 minute, sir. Ma'am. You see, how do you pull someone that doesn't want to be pulled? You are not pulling an item. You are pulling a person who has a will. So no matter everybody, her pastor, now we have confirmation that the pastor told her to leave. She didn't leave. Her family told her to leave. She didn't leave. Paul, you told your mother to leave?
Yes, sir.
Is this here? You told your mother to leave?
Yes, sir.
When did you tell your mother to leave?
Several times, sir.
You, even the children told her to leave. She refused to leave. So what do you want to do? Yes, she committed suicide. This is a form of suicide by spouse. Let's
Okay, this is Pastor Princess Fina. She says, "Good morning, folks. Once when I was very young, I was in an abusive relationship with my baby, and my dad heard about it, became ill in the morning, packed every of my belongings, took my baby and I out of that environment and ended the relationship there and then. He saved my life. Thank God and bless his soul." We'll go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good morning.
Good morning.
Miss.
Madam Odi, the late Madam Odi. Barrister, I think about this thing. I don't even know where to start from. May God continually keep you, Barrister. May you not die amidst this struggle you have put. Not born out of this that you decided to write a book just to see to the cause of humanity that people don't die in abuse. See, Barrister, going forward, anytime you speak on separation or divorce, and anybody counters you on this radio station, that person will be confronted with a legion of your supporters because you keep clamoring for staying alive. If you don't live in that, you will live in a body bag, and people think you are trying to divorce or separate people. Whenever they come on air to come and bring this here statistical Christian algorithm, we will scatter them and tell them that there's no marriage in heaven. Going forward, if they come, whether Opa, Igbo, outside Yoruba, wherever they come from, what we will tell them is that every plan they have planned will go back to their own head. Look at this beautiful vessel that was ended suddenly, this life that was put out by a jobless, lazy narcissist. And never.
Mrs. Soboli, Mrs. Soboli, Mrs. Soboli, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Mrs. Soboli. Mrs. Soboli, thank you.
Well, thank you, Madam Oboli. This will just be two. May I have just one more call, please? Let's do that. One more, last call.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning.
See, my own is that house should be sold. That man must not come to that house. I share it among the 3 sons. Everybody use the money to build your own. That's my own. That man must not come to that house again. Because if he comes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
I have to, thank you very much. Amen. I have to come in here. I want to appreciate everyone for listening and for hearing. I want to especially appreciate some people. I want to appreciate Barrister Olakide Abiodun for, he's the vice chair of the Nigerian Bar Association Ikorodu branch, for mobilizing people to assist in this. We've been on calls. He was really going around trying to raise awareness. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Barrister Mandi Osagba from the African Women Lawyers Association, who privately sent me some money to assist. And I want to appreciate the NBA Ikorodu branch for pledging to pay for the autopsy of late Mrs. Ojo and Mrs. Yewandidi Yomotayo, the state lead of the NBA Women's Forum, who supported me privately. Now, the financial burden of this case alone, in 2 days I started the matter on Monday. By Wednesday we had spent over 500,000 naira. And I was a bit upset. You know, people will call, don't worry, Barrister, we are with you all the way. Just go ahead. And then nobody will show up. The whole financial burden will be on me. That is not even a problem. I've been doing this for too long to be expecting bits and pieces from people. In the first 2 days alone, the police, you have to mobilize to arrange a vehicle, and it is not a car. It is a bus that they will first, if you know where Adamo is by Mota in Ikorodu, to go and pick him up, you arrange a vehicle, ask how much that will cost. Then from there, to transfer him from there to ask how much that will cost. Then the processing, the coroner's inquest. Now we are going to do an autopsy. We are waiting to do the autopsy. Hopefully it will be done next week. I opted for Luth. After the autopsy, then she will be buried, because the autopsy is the final, piece of evidence that we are going to need. Well, the body had already been embalmed, which I didn't like, because at times the chemicals of the embalmment affects the results of the autopsy. But we are certain that we will get a good call. And then the preponderance, the multitudes of evidence, even from the children against their own father, from neighbors, even from the police officer who lived on the street. You have 3 missing teeth knocked out of her mouth. That alone should go into evidence of the violence against this woman. He will not be coming out by God's grace of prison. He will not. He would not be. He would get like when we did, in the case of Osinachi, in the case of Arowolo, that was sentenced to death by hanging. We pray that is what we get. How do we go about this? This evening, by 4 p.m., we would start a transitional walk from number 3 Moleye Street in Alagomeji, where she lived before she married to the Vineyard of Mercy, the Christ Apostolic Church, Vineyard of Mercy. We are not entering the church. We would just stand in front because, just to honor her memory. And also, I would use this to talk to women, especially those who are in abusive marriages who keep staying there. This would be an awareness for you. From there, we would move to Sabo Market, which is just less than 100 meters from the church, and then from there we would converge. Yesterday I had to get the police permit, I had to go round. Ladies and gentlemen, I was talking with Uncle Jimmy and Mr. Sheriff of the huge financial burden this is. And unfortunately, just the three people that I mentioned were people that supported. Let us not talk of how we spent more than $500,000 in the first 2 days. Let us not talk about what we have spent till today. I was given permission. I said, you know what? Let us raise some money. How about reaching out to viewers, to listeners, to support us? I'm a bit, but ladies and gentlemen, you all listen to this program, especially those that are here now listen in diaspora. However, we struggle to do a lot of things. My office had closed since the 31st of August. Because once the money we have is finished, I go and I concentrate on other things. The distribution of the book. I had to give the church secretary that I met yesterday 2 copies of my book. I said, you people read this so that you know not to join some people in marriage and know how to advise people who are going to, I spoke with her for almost an hour. She was just saying, please don't go. This thing you have to tell us. I said, tell you, no problem. But someone is already dead. Several people in this holiness churches who are also going through that they are told to remain in abusive marriages. Let this be an example to you. For those that listen, don't sit down there and start, Barrister Olumide, God bless you, God bless you. We need funds. We would have the autopsy, we will carry the body, an ambulance will go carry the body from where it is and all that. We need funds. So please, I would do this one time, that as you are here listening to me, in Nigeria, wherever you are all around the world, stop sitting down and just tuning in to listen to me. Words don't do anything when you have an actual case. It is finances. So that as we started this case, we can see it to a logical conclusion. Money at times is what messes up cases. You know the kind of system that we have. The police are short-staffed. They have the funds that they have does not cover a lot of things like logistics. So to get the police to do some things, we have to provide it for them. To even get the family, this rally that we are doing today, please let me not even tell you. I don't want to vent some anger and frustration here because it's not your fault. It is the fault of the system that we are in, that we have to be mobilizing and telling people, please support this cause. If it were in other countries, I've had 2 offers from 2 different countries. One you all know about. But I refuse to leave Nigeria. I refuse to leave Nigeria because this is where I was born. This is the only country I know. I know the kind of offers and the funds that they made available, but I refuse. It was here in this station that an offer was made by someone calling from another African country. Please, ladies and gentlemen, it is not your fault. It does not, it is the system. But please support us on this one. I would give the account details. I will thank God, I don't know how to do the GoFundMe, but anywhere around the world that you are, stop just listening, telling me that you gather around to listen. You have to support. You have to support. At least here, you can see what we are doing. You can see what we are doing single-handedly. And this is just one case, so And in this year I had 69. This is just one case. This year I had 69. So imagine the funds, what we do just to enlighten, to support, to fight for. The account details are the Gnosis Help Initiative, GNOSIS, Gnosis Help Initiative, 2033 9867 986788 First Bank. Again, 2033 986788 First Bank. 2033 986788 First Bank. Please support this cause. Let us fight it to a logical conclusion. Not that you say, oh, he's out, no. Let us fight it to the end. And I thank God the evidence here is overwhelming. Once again, the Gnosis Help Initiative, 2033 986788. Whatever it is you can. Whatever it is you can. Someone that gives us 500 naira monthly, and don't just do this as a one time. This is a fight for humanity. This is a fight for your own children. It is somebody's child that will marry Paul. It is somebody's daughter that has married Joshua. And see how it is that their own parent, their own father almost damaged them psychologically. We have to stop this in the lives of our children. And the only way is by making awareness. They say faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. You need to hear. Somebody needs to teach you so that you are aware. That is how you get knowledge. And that is what we go out to do, to give you knowledge, to talk in your various institutions. And I would seriously appeal to these religious organizations to stop fighting me. I am not here. Well, I tell you that of all the pastors that there are some good pastors out there, but they're about just 3% of the 100%. I am not your enemy. You are beginning to be the enemy of your own flock, because the job of the shepherd is to protect the sheep, not to expose the sheep, not to settle violence against the sheep. Report it. Go and report it when they bring it to you. And then you give them, you cannot. By the time 2-3 people are arrested in your church, you find out that domestic violence, they will say, when you go to that church, there is no violence, no domestic violence. God, I should be a pastor. Cherry, war. Sunday, we make a Sunday service like we did last year when we went to arrest Daddy Gio. During his Sunday service, the policeman came along and picked him up there for defiling and molesting his own children. What are you talking? If I start a church, best you just know that in that church, everybody there that you are seeing, if the marriage is not working, it's not working. We will help you. Just go back to your parents' house. That one is not a problem. Let us face salvation. Marriage has no spiritual effect because it does not get to heaven. It is earthly, and the Bible tells you. So let us concentrate on heaven. We will not be distracted by domestic violence. You do it again, you are coming straight. During praise worship, the police will come in as the choir is singing, and they will arrest you. And we put pointing at Mr. Kiniko, stand up, and they take you, and we sing as they lead you out into the Black Maria. You will know that you will never do it.
What will be the name of the church?
I can't. I'm not a pastor. I don't be a pastor. But please, ladies and gentlemen, quit listening and support us. Some of you should even do it monthly. If you say, every month we will give this in support of this. You are helping and you are saving lives. You say that, Barrister Lumide, you are saving lives. It is by your help, it is by your support that we can do it and be effective. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think
we'll take 2 calls.
Okay, let me give the account details again. The Gnosis Help Initiative, GNOSIS. First Bank, 2033 986788. Please support us now, because we are going about it now. Next week, the autopsy will be done, and by God's grace, the family want to bury her in her compound in Adamo. I would let you know the highlights of that. I think if the autopsy is done by next week, the burial would also be done. You can follow me on Facebook, Olumide Omoshebi or Barrister Olumide on Facebook. I will give you the update when she's to be buried. Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll go back to the phone lines. We'll just take two phone calls. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello? Hello, good morning. Yeah, go on. You have just 1 minute or one.
Okay, please. One thing about everything when people want to support is accountability. They want to be sure that the funds they are sending, they want to see that it's being spent accordingly as what they want it to be spent. So I don't know if there's a way you can make it very open for some people who want to see how their money is being used.
You can follow me to the state CID. Each time I go there, there are people who come. You can follow me to do the autopsy, and you would see that autopsy will be done. I don't know how. Hold on, sir. Calm down. Hold on, sir. How do you want me to do it? To be printing the names of people that we bury? Or, how do you want me to do it? We have volunteers. When you're talking of accountability, this is one of the cases. Hold on, sir. You are here. The reason I'm quickly interrupting is because we have less than some seconds. That's why I'm cutting you. I'm very sorry. So now you have seen the family of one of the victims. Do you understand? And you have seen the you can actually see that the man has been arrested. You have actually seen the outcome of cases. Yes, that is your proof. Print.
Okay, we'll look into that. Well, coming up next is the discuss with Uncle Jimmy, so don't go nowhere.
More conversation.
Whenever you spend money, if you can take a screenshot and post, okay, this is money spent on this.
So who is doing that?
That's what they are saying.
The money is not enough.
Let me tell you something. I will address this next. It is not compulsory to support me. I've been doing this for 24 years by myself. Do you understand?
Yeah.
By myself.
We can't.
All these people that.
So any money that enters,
they'll see for what?
So fancy.
We like accountability, but we don't like doing it for people in top positions.
Yes.
It's not small initiatives that we're doing.
We are paying rent for this one. They call us tomorrow. The child that we rescued. How do I want to
do it?
I gave the police.
Twice now they are.
Hold on. I gave the spent almost 400,000 naira on the police. Will the police give me account to pay it?